Hey everyone, so I wanted to do a little bit of a book club. In the newsletter, I will talk about this book. It's called The Miracle Equation by Hal Elrod. And I've just finished reading it today, and it has been amazing. Like, I have this fire in me now from reading this book. Um, and I'm going to do a quick summary of the book. So basically, it talks about, in essence, finding out what you really desire and putting that desire into this miracle equation. Now, from a health and well-being perspective, a lot of people are struggling with many things. I have a lot of people who struggle with even starting to exercise, or they're exercising but they're not eating properly, or sleep is a problem, or you name it, it happens, right? And there were a couple of light bulb moments that happened in this book for me. So for me particularly, like, I have certain goals and I struggle with consistency for some of them. And he gave a couple of good examples talking about how um, even the tiniest efforts done consistently yield the biggest results. And he talked about this guy who's now a world famous singer who spent a couple of years trying to get his band to accept him as a lead singer, and the band wouldn't, and he went to singing lessons for 15 to 30 minutes. Sorry, he went to singing lessons a couple times per week, I think, but he practiced every day for 15 to 30 minutes consistently, and within a couple of years he landed his first gig. And then he spoke about how the author Hal, doubled his income from 100,000 to 200,000 each within 1 year, just by changing a couple of his work habits. So he would get up earlier and work irrespective of how he felt. So not huge amounts of time going into something, but consistency made amazing results. So I want to talk to you guys about this from what your goals are. So I'd encourage you, see, I'm comfortable right now, right? And I'm so super tired, but I still have stuff to do. So grab a blanket like I have here. Get into your favorite, I was going to say favorite position. You could get into your favorite position on the couch or wherever, and grab a pen and a paper. If you have a journal, that would be good. And I'm going to just read out the first one for you. So this is what we're going to do for the month of November, to get you guys on track before Christmas time, and definitely ahead of the new year, so that we're not like in January trying to fight fat. We're gonna get these habits embedded now, and it can be whatever you want to work on. So we're going to do our own miracle mantra, and we're going to first of all decide what it is you want to change. Okay, it can be anything at all. It doesn't have to be health and fitness related. It could be financial, it could be with family, it could be anything. Now, remember, my platform is a holistic platform. It is not just about exercise or nutrition, it is about you as a whole person. So, whatever is affecting you as a whole person, we're going to address that. So, if it's not health and fitness related, that's fine. So, your miracle mantra, it will go something like this once you've decided. So, let's use me for example. This month, I would like to wake up every morning at 4 a.m. That's what I want to do. Simple, right? Because I know I'll be more effective with work. So you're going to write this. I am committed to maintaining unwavering faith that I will, and you put your mission in. Mine is to wake up at 4 a.m. every morning, and I will continue putting forth extraordinary effort until I do, no matter what. There is no other option. So in this book, he couples unwavering faith with extraordinary effort and detaching from emotion. So unwavering faith, meaning that you are believing that no matter what happens, you will reach your goal, coupled with extraordinary effort. So my 4 a.m. waking up is my extraordinary effort, because I know I'll be able to reach my goals. I know once I do that, I'll be able to smash certain things. Touching my boobies, I feel like I've got some slippage there, sorry. So I'm going to read that out to you guys again. So I'm committed to maintaining unwavering faith that I will, put your goal in now, and I will continue putting forth extraordinary effort until I do, no matter what. There is no other option. So put your goal in there. You have unwavering faith that it will happen. You're going to put in your extraordinary effort. You decide what your extraordinary effort is going to be, and you detach emotionally from it. So you're not looking at the day-to-day results. So let's look at when you're trying to lose weight. Your unwavering faith, you'll lose the weight, but your extraordinary effort is going to be every day you're exercising for an hour. Now, this is where you detach from emotions. You don't look at your results every day, because you can get quite demotivated with that, and you might think, oh my god, I'm exercising, I'm eating well, I'm sleeping properly, I'm not stressing out, but I'm not losing the weight, right? So detach from the emotions, detach from seeing immediate results, and stay true to the process. So that's step one, is to start with your miracle mantra, which you're going to put into your journal. Then step two, you're going to articulate why your mission is deeply meaningful. Now, the key thing is the why. A lot of times you put a goal together and we don't really have a strong why associated with it. So when things get tough and we get tired and fed up, and life just, as she does, gives us challenges and tests to see if we're actually really truly committed, we don't stick with it because our why is not strong enough. So here's the action. Articulate why your mission is deeply meaningful to you. Your deeply meaningful why is the reason or reasons that you're committed to your mission and committed to staying committed until your mission becomes your reality. Until your mission becomes your reality. Your deeply meaningful why is the most significant benefit or benefits that you'll experience both through your pursuit and attainment of the mission. It could be the intangible benefit of who you become, or a more tangible benefit, such as a monetary reward, a repaired relationship, or pounds shed. So in this book, there's a really nice quote from Jim Rohn that said, let me see if I could find it. It was really, really good. I have so many dog ears on here. There's a really good quote about how goal setting is, here we go. The major reason for setting a goal is for what it makes you do to accomplish it. This will always be a far greater value than what you get. So again, the major reason for setting a goal is for what it makes you do to accomplish it. This will always be a far greater value than what you get. And I just thought, like, wow, that's so true. Like, think about why we want to lose weight, or why we want to earn more money, or why we want to get healthier. It's who we become, the person that we become in that process. And I just thought, oh my god, that's amazing. So tie this in to your why. Why do you want to accomplish a certain thing or achieve a certain goal? How does this tie into who you become? It's powerful. So step 3, solidify your extraordinary effort and make the attainment of your mission inevitable by committing to your process without being emotionally attached to your results. So we spoke about that before. And here's the action. Write down your process, the one that is made up of the primary action steps that you've determined will be necessary to accomplish your mission, and be sure to include when you're committed to taking these actions. Make this as clear and concise as possible. To ensure, make this as clear and concise as possible. Ideally, you will only do one measurable action consistently to avoid overwhelming yourself. Also, be sure to include how often and when you will complete your process every day, right? So step 1, you have your miracle mantra. Step 2, you articulate your why. And then step 3, I said that like a Trinidadian tree. Step 3, you're going to solidify what your extraordinary effort is going to be. So here's an example of what he gave. To ensure that the attainment of my mission is inevitable, meaning that this mission is going to happen no matter what, I will remain committed to my process of waking up at 4 a.m. That's mine every morning. And then there's a dash for dates and times, and I'm going to say Monday to Friday at 4 a.m. without being emotionally attached to my results. So if we put that in terms of weight loss, you would say, to ensure that the attainment of my mission is inevitable, I will remain committed to my process of losing 5 kilograms in 2 weeks on let's see, so November the 1st. So on November the 14th, without being emotionally attached to my results. So the extraordinary effort here, you're gonna have to think about what you need to do to get those those 5 kilograms shed, but you've written it down and you have to then go into your process. That might not have been the best example, but I think you guys get that, right? Step 4, establish your enlightened entitlement. Okay, so you're entitled to what you want to have. And I found that really powerful. Like today I was listening to this webinar on the feminine art of finance, and it was talking about how a lot of women don't believe that they deserve to earn more, and or they don't believe that they deserve to have better. And when you look at the law of attraction and manifestation, whatever you're manifesting, you might believe you deserve to have it. But this is talking about how we need to establish your enlightened entitlement. We are entitled. We deserve, like, we're abundant beings, right? This is what we're here on earth for. We are entitled to have what we want. So the action here, remind yourself of the universal truth that you are just as worthy, deserving, and capable of achieving everything you want and are committed to as any other person on earth. It's beautiful. Whatever I want, I can have. I deserve it. I'm entitled to it. That's it. That is it. So here's the template. I am committed to my mission and living every day as a miracle maven. So the miracle maven is his terminology for people who follow the miracle method. Because I know that I am just as worthy, deserving, and capable of creating tangible, measurable miracles and achieving everything that I want as any other person on earth. So that's a nice step. So we have your affirmations, you've got your why, you've got your process, and now you have the fact that you deserve to have whatever you want. And then finally, recite your miracle equation affirmations with emotion every single day. So this is like what I would class as mirror work. So affirmations sort of train the subconscious to, because your mind doesn't really know the difference between conscious and subconscious. And so when you say these affirmations, your mind takes this to be true. And so there's power in your words. There's life in your words. Even from a religious perspective, you know, the Bible says there's life, there's death or life in the power of the tongue. So what we say could bring death or life to a situation. And I know there's so many times, like when I did my second master's degree and I was working, I had Vivi, I had a lot of stuff going on, and I didn't want to pay for university. I paid my way for my first master's degree, and the second one, I didn't want to pay for it because fees had like tripled. And so I remember like looking for grants and scholarships, and I was driving to work one day and I said, Lenora, you are going to university for free. I am going to university for free. I'm going to get my degree fully funded. And so said, so done. I got a full scholarship to do my second master's degree. So affirmations are powerful. And I used to talk to myself. I used to stand in front of the mirror and I used to just talk to myself, like look in my eyes and say, people might think, oh my God, that's crazy. But this is what it is. I've been in the industry now for since I was 15. I'm 35, so 20 years. And over that time, I've seen a lot of people not, even with, you know, a supportive system in place and even with everything that they could need to get into shape, and, you know, money's not a problem, family support's not a problem, they still don't do it. And, you know, as an aside from things like trauma, which it's a huge topic that I'm going to go into soon, but aside from, like, you know, trauma and post-traumatic stress and having to deal with that, there's a huge lack of self-belief, which does tie into, you know, trauma and post-traumatic stress. But again, I mentioned that the brain cannot tell the difference between what we are saying. It doesn't know if it's past, present, or what. What we're saying, it just is. And so when you speak life into a situation, or you speak life to your goals, and you do your affirmations every day based on what you set out to do, things start to fall into place. I know for myself, like I'm living proof of that. So you can do your affirmations. I would say that it is best to do them as often as possible, but to have a little routine set up. So I like incense. Like I'll burn some incense, light a candle, have a cup of tea or a cup of coffee first thing in the morning, and just sit and do it. And like it just, you feel good. It's just like, you know, good energy, good vibes going on. So I'm going to read out steps 1 through 4, which I would like you guys to do for this month. So if you whatever your goal is to make you feel happier, healthier, more energetic, free, and just more abundant in terms of like a human being like living on this earth, this is what I would like you guys to do as part of the Nora Jane tribe. Is to write down your miracle method. Okay, you could reframe it however you want to reframe it. So number 1, I'm committed to maintaining unwavering faith that I will lose 5k, earn 100k, eat healthier, have more sex, whatever. And I will continue putting forth extraordinary effort until I do, no matter what. There is no other option. Let me just talk about that sex part. We're going to be talking a lot about that on this platform. So I did a little blurb about it in the masterclass. I just think it's important. So, you know, I wasn't previously delving too much into that topic, but we're going to dive deep. All right, step 2. The reason I am committed to my mission is because, that's your why. Insert your deeply meaningful why, the most significant benefits you'll experience by pursuing and or attaining your mission. So write out your whys, make them pain points, so that every time you go through this, your whys are so powerful. You can't not commit. Okay. Number 3, to ensure that the attainment of my mission is inevitable, I will remain committed to my process of, insert your process on, put the date and time that you want it to end by, without being emotionally attached to my results. So even at the last minute, he talked about a basketball game where there was one team and they were 9 points down and they had to score in 8 seconds, and they managed to do that. Why? Now think about it. 9 points down, 8 seconds basketball. You cannot be freaking out. You cannot be like, oh my God, I can't do it. Oh my God, like pressure. You just detach from the emotions. Just get business done. Just do it. Just make it happen. I love that. Like, just don't detach from the results. And also he was talking about like the fact that you've got, if something happens, there's a 5-minute rule where it doesn't matter what because emotions are so powerful, right? And something bad happens, like it could ruin our day, like, and that just one thing could ruin your entire day. And he talks about the power of us being able to control our emotions rather than our emotions controlling us. And so if something bad happens, we have 5 minutes to just lose it, freak out, cry, get mad, get angry, tear shit up, but not literally, and get over it. And so what that happens, what that does is it creates a shift in us whereby we take back the power, we take back the control. And I thought that was really really powerful, because if you can just say, okay, this happened, I've expressed my emotions for 5 minutes, and I'm going to move on because there's nothing more that I can do. You can't change the past, you can't change what is. That was super powerful. And so remaining detached from your emotions in this process, if you set a pretty big goal, that's going to mean that you're not looking at the day-to-day results and being bogged down by what you're seeing before the process even finalizes. Yeah. And then last step, I'm committed to my mission and living every day as a miracle maven, because I know that I am just as worthy, deserving, and capable of creating miracles and achieving everything I want as any other person on earth. I love this book. This guy has, he's died, and he's, been paralyzed for a little while, and doctor said he would never walk again, and he was able to do that in, I think, 3 weeks. And then he had like one of the most rare forms of cancer, 10% survival rate, and he was able to cure himself with this. And I look at what so many of us are struggling with within the health and fitness community, and some of my clients and some of the ladies that, like, my heart breaks, because I'm like, I can't I can't make you ready to start exercising. I can't make you ready to eat better. I can't make you ready to do these things. But when you, first of all, you've got to be ready. But when you have a book like this and you see that life is not guaranteed, life is not forever. Tomorrow is not promised to any of us, and most of us have kids. Think about what you want to leave behind for them. I know I'm leaving behind a legacy for Vivi. Um, when we think about the goals that we have, this process, this book goes through in such a powerful way that when we decide something and we commit to that, and with unwavering faith and with extraordinary effort, whatever we decide to happen will happen. And so for you guys, I want you to think about how that translates for you in terms of what you are going after on your journey with me. What is it that you want to get out of your time with me? What are you looking to achieve, and how are you looking to achieve that? Yes, I offer classes and I do my videos and um I talk about things, um, but what are you doing for yourself? How are you helping yourself? In addition to fantastic that you're doing everything else with me, but how are you helping yourself? What are you doing? All those other hours that you're not with me. How are you working towards your goal and getting more centered, more focused, and more driven, irrespective of whatever is happening? So choose a goal. Feel free to share it with me if you want to. Choose a goal, get accountable to someone, and follow this process just for 1 month. Even the smallest steps in the right direction done consistently yield the biggest results. Remember that. When you don't feel like exercising, smallest steps. When you don't feel like eating right, smallest steps. When you don't feel like getting that extra sleep, smallest steps. Small changes, guys, make such an impact. So that's it for today. That's my little video blurb for the newsletter. I hope you guys will get this book, The Miracle Maven. Sorry, not the Miracle Miracle Equation. It's I couldn't put it down this weekend. Like it's like I have dog ears all over it. Like such a good book. Get it. If you don't want to get it, I've given you the 5 steps, which are the core essence of the book for you to do. And if you have a vision board, then you can put that, your 5 steps on your vision board, or your 4 steps, and look at it every day and commit to doing what you set out to do. Keep it super simple. Don't put more than one goal. Don't put a whole bunch of steps. Want to lose 5K? Simple steps as to what you can do. If you need help, who are you going to enlist to help you, etc., etc. Believe you deserve it. And that is it. I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your evening, and I will talk with you soon.